The notification popped up while I was packaging an order. Family chat. 6 new messages. I didn't open it right away. I already knew the rhythm. 1 link, 2 laughing emojis, a sarcastic gif, another job posting from my sister. This one's hybrid, Em. No more crafting candles in your kitchen. Get this girl a 401k already. They were always careful to say it was just teasing, that it came from love, that they just wanted me to succeed. But their kind of love came with a punchline, and I'd stopped laughing years ago. I'm Emily Chen, 34, founder and CEO of a consumer goods brand I don't advertise under my name. I live in Portland, Oregon. I employ 16 people, and I've spent the last 4 years pretending I was still finding myself just so my family would stop asking questions. They think I'm an underachiever. I let them. When I finally opened the thread, there were 3 job listings and a TikTok of someone ranting about quitting corporate to live their dreams by selling resin bookmarks. My brother responded, "So basically Emily's business model." My mother added a heart emoji. That was her way of staying neutral. I typed a reply, then deleted it, then put my phone face down and went back to printing shipping labels. Because you can't explain momentum to people who never believed you were moving in the first place. It wasn't the first time. Years ago, when I quit my marketing job and started making bath products in my garage, they called it a phase. My dad suggested I take some online certifications. My mom sent me recruiter emails. Every week, my brother said, "I support you." But have a backup plan, you know? They asked if I was still doing that little store on every birthday call. When I hit 6 figures in sales, I didn't tell them. When I shipped my first wholesale pallet, I didn't post it. When my 4th product hit a national home goods chain, I changed the subject at dinner. They didn't ask, so I let them stay comfortable in their assumptions. A month before the group chat message, my brother had been laid off. He posted about it on LinkedIn, framed it as a restructure, said he was grateful for the opportunity and ready for what's next. I didn't reach out. I knew what was next. And sure enough, I got the resume 2 weeks later. Different name, same arrogance. Our HR coordinator forwarded it to me without knowing. She flagged his experience as impressive but slightly overqualified for junior fulfillment lead. His name was Jacob Chen. He'd submitted it through an open listing, didn't recognize the brand, didn't know the hiring manager's boss was me. I scrolled through the resume slowly. Buzzwords, metrics, brand names, a typo in his summary statement. It ended with, "Looking to join a values-driven team where hustle and heart matter." He had no idea he was applying to the company he used to mock, the one I built, from scratch, while he was still sending me TikToks of failed side hustles. I didn't forward the resume. I printed it, filed it, and waited for the interview. The group chat pinged again the next morning. Another meme. Something about millennial burnout and quitting to sell soap. He tagged me. I hearted it. Then I went back to reviewing warehouse expansion plans because I already knew what came next, and I'd already written the ending. I shipped 4,216 orders that quarter. Most came from repeat customers. 38 came from influencers. 12 were gift-wrapped and marked Rush. 5 were from people with the same last name as my family. None of them realized who was packing their boxes. That's how I wanted it. My brand isn't under my name. There's no founder bio, no About Me page with a glowing story about turning passion into profit, no Instagram selfies, no Follow My Journey videos, just products. Functional, clean, consistent. People buy them because they're good, because they show up on time, because the formula never changes even when the person behind it does. I run the company under a shell name. My LLC is nested under a holding entity registered in Delaware. My team handles fulfillment, branding, and customer support. I still approve every label design and sourcing decision. Nothing gets printed without going through me, but nobody sees me. Not even the customers, especially not my family. The week after the group chat jokes, our warehouse expansion went live. 3 new hires, 2 upgraded machines, 1 wait list that was now 4 weeks long. The holiday season had started early, and our bath kits were moving faster than we could restock. Our ops manager asked if we should cap orders. I said no. Let the backlog grow. Let them want what others already had. Every day I walked past the corner in the studio where I started. It used to be a folding table and a hand mixer. Now it's storage racks, barcode scanners, and a whiteboard tracking over 200 SKUs. I still remember the first time I sold out. 17 units. I thought it was a mistake. Refresh the screen 3 times. My brother laughed when I told him, said, "Don't get ahead of yourself." So I didn't. I got organized. Then I got quiet. In the middle of all this, HR scheduled the next round of interviews. They sent me a short list. Jacob Chen was 3rd on the list. Still no clue, still no connection. He'd submitted an updated resume. Polished this time. The typos were gone. He'd also added a cover letter. "I'm looking to join a resilient team. I've learned that purpose matters more than prestige, and I want to grow with a company that reflects that." He still didn't know, but he was getting closer. My HR lead asked if I wanted to join the call. Technically, I wasn't supposed to be in those interviews anymore. We'd scaled, delegated, built hierarchy, but I said yes. I wanted to listen, not to what he said, to what he thought. 3 days before the interview, my sister texted me directly. "Saw your name come up in Jacob's rant today. Said something about how our family rewards failure and shames ambition. Don't worry, I defended you." She didn't ask how my company was going, didn't ask how I was doing, just wanted credit for not joining the dog pile. I didn't respond. There's no need to correct people who already need you to be small. That night, I approved 4 new hires. All internal referrals, all more qualified than Jacob. But I didn't cancel the interview. I had one last thing I needed to hear for myself. The call was scheduled for 10:15 a.m. He showed up at 10:07, logged in early, clean background, button-up shirt, ring light just bright enough to hide how tired he looked. Our HR coordinator, Misha, let him settle in. She greeted him like she greeted everyone. Neutral, warm, structured. He smiled too quickly, said her name too often, started every answer with a joke. I watched from the second screen. Muted, hidden, invisible. He didn't know I was there, didn't know I'd reviewed his resume, didn't know I'd approved the questions, didn't know I was the one who pushed his application forward, against policy. Misha started with the usual. "Walk us through your background. What drew you to this role? Why now?" He gave the same performance I'd heard at holidays, talked about corporate burnout, said he'd realized culture mattered more than title, said he wanted to feel useful again. Useful. The word landed sideways. He pivoted into strategy, talked about building workflows, managing egos, navigating layoffs. Then he said something that made Misha pause. "Honestly, I didn't expect to be applying to a place like this. You know, small business. My sister tried that. Selling lotion or something, it's a cute phase until the real bills hit." He laughed. Misha smiled politely. Made a note. I didn't move. He kept going. "I mean, I respect the hustle, but come on, how sustainable is that? You either scale or you stall. Most don't make it. My sister didn't." He sipped water. Waited for approval. Didn't get any. Misha asked, What would you bring to this team that others wouldn't? He didn't hesitate. Experience, intelligence, real-world pressure. Most of these boutique teams run on vibes. I run on systems. I watched his hands, tightly clasped, nervous tick in the thumb. He was performing conviction because he had no leverage. The interview wrapped in 22 minutes. Misha thanked him, told him we'd follow up. He asked if there was a founder he could speak to, someone higher up, said he liked to connect with vision. She said the founder preferred to stay anonymous. He nodded like he understood. He didn't. After the call, Misha pinged me. "That's your brother?" "Yes." "He doesn't know?" "No." She didn't ask what I wanted to do. She knew I'd already decided. That night I rewatched the footage, paused at the part where he leaned forward and said, "My sister couldn't cut it. She just wasn't built for business." The irony didn't sting. It didn't surprise me. It just confirmed what I already knew. He wasn't here because he respected the work. He was here because the doors he wanted were closed. And now he was knocking on the one he mocked. I printed the interview transcript, filed it under applications, rescinded. Then I drafted the email. 1 sentence, 2 attachments. No explanation. I'd let the rejection do the talking. The rejection email went out at 6:02 a.m., automated, no greeting, no apology. "Thank you for your interest. At this time, we will not be moving forward with your application. We wish you success in your job search." Underneath, a 1-line postscript I added manually. "As a courtesy, please enjoy 15% off your next order with code FAMILY15. He didn't respond, but I knew he read it. The group chat lit up later that day. My sister, "Jacob's in one of his moods. Says some little startup passed on him. The ego bruise is real." My mother, "He's too good for them anyway. Probably a blessing in disguise." My father, "It's tough out there. He'll bounce back." They didn't ask what startup. Didn't think I'd know. Didn't consider that the one he was rejected from was already shipping products to their address. My bath sets, my packaging, my barcode, sitting under their sinks. I started noticing things after that. My brother's girlfriend posted an Instagram story showing a bathroom shelf. My label in the corner. My cousin asked in the group if anyone had a referral for that lotion brand that smells like eucalyptus and competence. My aunt posted a photo captioned "Self-Care Sundays," holding one of my jars. They still didn't know, because I never told them, because I never needed to. Weeks passed. Jacob didn't bring it up. Not to me. Not in the chat. He shifted gears, posted articles about reinvention, changed his LinkedIn tagline to "Consultant, Strategy and Culture," started resharing posts from people he used to mock. The silence was telling. He wasn't over it, but he couldn't ask. Misha followed up once. "You sure you don't want to tell him?" I didn't answer directly, just said, "We have better candidates." Because we did. And because the truth wasn't fuel anymore. It was leverage. And I had plenty. My storefront kept scaling. We launched a subscription model, brought packaging in-house, landed a limited deal with a luxury hotel chain. Every step was deliberate, every move clocked. And still, I never told them. Not because I was afraid they'd minimize it, but because I knew they would. The same way they minimized the work, the hours, the inventory runs, the trial batches that failed, the months I lived on brown rice and late rent, the years I didn't ask for help. To them, it would always be a lucky break, a fluke, a phase that went longer than expected. I kept the original interview transcript on my desktop, not out of spite, but out of clarity, because power is quiet. And I didn't need to scream to know I had it. The footage wasn't long, 22 minutes, 40 seconds. I kept the sound low. Didn't need to hear it again. I just wanted to watch. The body language, the half smiles, the scripted buzzwords, the way he leaned forward slightly when talking about culture fit, the way he adjusted his collar when Misha brought up long-term growth. He was performing sincerity. He didn't know it was being documented by someone who'd seen the real version, the one who laughed when I said I wanted to build something of my own, the one who called it arts and crafts for adults, the one who said I should get serious before I turned 30. At 11:14, he dropped the line. "I've worked with founders before. The good ones are rare. You can't be precious with your ideas. That's why my sister never made it." He said it casually, didn't blink, didn't hesitate, didn't even realize the irony. He was sitting in an interview for a company his sister founded, still thinking she hadn't made it, still thinking she was behind him. I paused the video there, let it sit. There was no anger, no sting, just quiet. The kind of quiet that happens when a truth becomes permanent. He would never catch up, because he never knew where the race began. A week later, I watched the footage again, not for him, for me, to confirm I had made the right decision, not rejecting him, but building something he couldn't touch. That month, our revenue broke a record. We sold out of 3 product lines, added 1,100 subscribers, got featured in a lifestyle segment on regional TV. We hired a new warehouse manager, 26 years old, sharp, eager, grateful, didn't know my last name, didn't care, just wanted to build something good. That was the difference. My family still didn't ask about my work. They asked if I'd seen any good movies, asked if I'd thought about moving home, asked if I'd ever get back into a real job. They never asked what I built, and I never offered it. One night, I checked the back end of the store. Jacob had signed up for the newsletter. Email, his name, plus 2023jobsearch.com. He'd opened 6 campaigns, clicked 3 links, abandoned his cart once. He never placed an order. I didn't care. He was already a customer. He just didn't know what he'd been buying. There's a phrase I keep above my desk, printed, unframed, just tacked to the wall. They don't need to believe in you, they just need to buy from you. That's been true since the first order. It's still true now, especially when the one buying is the same person who said you'd never sell. The official rejection came from our HR inbox, template language, industry neutral, legally sound. Dear applicant, thank you for your time and interest in the position. After careful consideration, we have decided to move forward with other candidates. We wish you the best in your continued search. We send out 20 or 30 of those every week. But his had one edit. At the bottom, under the signature line, "As a token of appreciation, please enjoy 15% off your next purchase with code FAMILY15. No fanfare, no smiley face, no explanation, just a quiet reminder. He didn't respond, but the code was used. 3 days later, for a basic starter kit, eucalyptus soak, 2 bars of charcoal soap, and a small scrub brush. Shipping address matched his apartment. Order total, $36.55 after discount. He didn't leave a review, didn't tag us online, didn't forward the shipping confirmation, but I recognized the order ID. I flagged it manually. Watch for reorder behavior. Not because I needed the sale, because I wanted to know if he came back. A week after the order arrived, my mother called. She asked if I had time to help Jacob explore some career pivots, said he was humbled lately, said he was open to new ideas. I told her I was slammed, didn't explain why, didn't mention the brand, didn't bring up the rejection. She changed the subject, asked if I'd seen the email she forwarded, another job listing in brand communications. I said thanks and hung up. Later that night, Jacob posted on LinkedIn, "Sometimes the doors that close on you are just saving you from rooms you've outgrown." I read it twice, then archived it. We launched our spring line the next week, all pastel tones and minimalist packaging. I named one of the scent sets Unspoken Approval. It sold out in 4 days. Every order we shipped that season got a new insert, a handwritten style card that read, "Built quietly, made for those who need nothing proven." We didn't include my name. We never have. But I knew what every one of those boxes meant. Not just to the customers, to me, to him, to the people who still didn't know. The company kept growing. He kept scrolling. And every so often, Family 15 popped up again. Quiet, discounted, just enough to restock the narrative. He wouldn't say thank you, but he would check out. Thanksgiving was at my sister's that year. She served store-bought pie and homemade stuffing out of a foil tray. I brought nothing, just showed up, sat down, smiled when it was appropriate. In the guest bathroom on the back of the sink, my eucalyptus soak, still sealed, placed neatly next to a scented candle, also mine. She didn't mention it. I didn't either. Later that night, I caught a glimpse of her phone screen. She was typing a comment under one of my brand's posts, paused, deleted it, closed the app. It wasn't guilt, it was caution. Somewhere, deep down, she'd started to suspect, and that was enough. Christmas came. More packages. My mother sent a group photo of everyone in matching pajamas. Behind them, in the corner, a gift box I recognized. White wrap, hand-tied bow, branded seal. One of ours. Discount code FAMILY15. Used 3 times that month. They still don't know. Not officially. They haven't asked. They won't. Because asking would mean admitting they missed it, that they were wrong, that the person they laughed at now signs invoices, payroll, and vendor contracts from an office they'll never see. Jacob never reached back out. He updated his resume again. New titles, new buzzwords. Still vague, still unanchored, still buying products from a store he once called a phase. He unsubscribed from the email list eventually, but the discount code still works. That was intentional. I kept the rejection email in a folder marked "Delivered," not because I needed proof, because every time I opened it, I remembered one thing. They didn't believe in me. They just underestimated the one thing they couldn't touch. Control. There's power in being overlooked. There's clarity in being mocked. Because when no one's watching, you get to build without distortion, without expectations, without noise. And when the building's done, you send them the invoice. Today, the company has 42 employees, 3 warehouse locations, 2 regional distributors, 1 anonymous founder. I don't take interviews. I don't accept podcasts. I don't do panels on women in business. I don't owe the story to anyone because they were never listening when it was being written. Sometimes I still check the back end, not for sales, not for profit margins, for the familiar names, shipping labels, addresses I grew up in, family members gifting self-care bundles without knowing who curated every item inside. And every time I see it, I do the same thing. Nothing. No confrontation, no explanation, just fulfillment. They still use my products, at a discount, because they still haven't figured out who built the shelf they now shop from, and they don't need to, because I already know, and that's enough. And